Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with SBR contributor Jordan Sharp, and today we're going to be talking about how those odds have been acting up for the game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and your Chicago Bears. How you doing today, Jordan?
Doing good, Dax. Thanks, man.
All righty, brother. So both these teams got the W last week, with the Bears overtaking the Vikings at Soldier Field, and the Buccaneers going on the road to Washington and taking care of business against the Skins. Now, both their seasons have been anything but prolific this year. Tampa Bay is coming into this one with a 2-8 straight up record and a 4-6 against the spread record, while Chicago is 4-6 straight up and against the spread. Now, as for the line, odds makers opened this one at -6 in favor of the Bears, but since then that line's dropped down to -5.5. But some cases it's stuck at -6, but with the juice getting the movement, of course. Now, looking at a little bit more of the trends, we can find that Tampa Bay is 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 road games, which could be good news for bettors. As for Chicago, they're 2-5 in their last 7 games overall against the spread. But like we've said in a few of our videos, man, I mean, we never really know what to expect out of the Bears, and especially out of Jay Cutler this season. You know, they could be hot, or they can just simply drop a stinker in this one. I guess the only thing that I can actually be swayed towards in this case to the Bears is that, you know, so far when being favored by a half a point to 6.5 points, they've gone 1-1, as opposed to Tampa that's 1-3 against the spread when coming in favored. When coming in as dog favorites by a pick'em to a 6.5 points. You know, I really see this line staying around here, but what do you think, man?
Yeah, I think we're probably seeing the last of the line movement for this game. 6 points seems pretty reasonable for these two teams, and it has slowly, almost every book, been moving it up from that 5.5 number that it started out to going out to 6 points. But I mean, you know, I think I obviously understand your concerns with the Bears. They really have been absolutely just super inconsistent this entire season. But that being said, they beat a average to below average Minnesota Vikings team last week. They're playing a definitely below average Tampa Bay Bucs team this week at home. Obviously, they're only 1-3 at home, but then again, Tampa Bay was without Alteron Werner, their best corner, last week. If he misses again this week, haven't really seen any. I haven't seen anything on his status recently, but if he ends up missing again, that could really hurt one of the worst secondaries already in the NFL. So with that being said, and with how bad the Bucs have been not only to wide receivers but to tight ends as well with Martellus Bennett, and with how consistent, the only thing consistent about the Bears this season seems to be Forte. So if all those combine, as long as they're not turning the ball over, the Bears are going to win this game easily. So I actually feel relatively confident about the Bears here at home against Tampa Bay. I think their home games, you know, you've kind of seen were a little bit fluky, and I think seemed worse at the time. Like, for instance, week 1 against Buffalo, before everybody knew that Buffalo was good. And then obviously they've lost to Green Bay at home. That's not necessarily something that you really scoff at, I think, too much, because Green Bay is a really good football team. Yeah. So really one game they've played bad at home. And that was the Dolphins game in week 7. So I think you can trust the Bears in this game. I think 6 points or 5.5, wherever you can still get it right now, still pretty solid for this game.
Are you going to lay those 6 points, man?
I am. Write it down.
All right, bro. Sounds good, man. All right, Jordan. Thanks a lot, man, and we'll talk some more football again next week.
All right, Dax. Thanks, man.
No problem. For SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.